welcome to the FYP live show today. I have my guest, Miss Jamie.
Hello.
And my mom.
You gonna tell them my name?
Yeah, that is my mom.
Hi, I'm Isha.
All right, so today we have a setup for y'all. We have 2 questions, and they're gonna be about social media in this generation, and I'll be your moderator today.
So whenever you say this generation, you are saying yourself.
Yes, everybody born from 2000 and up.
Okay.
All right, so today our first question. How do you feel social media has affected this generation? Because social media has created new opportunities for communication and education amongst the new generation. Many young people use social media to learn new skills, follow current events, build communities, and earn career opportunities. Now, research does say younger generations do spend a significant more amount of time looking at their phones and everything versus being in the real world. So, how does that make y'all feel?
I'll let Misha go first.
To your point about being on your phone more, I think that your generation is more counterproductive because you are spending extended amounts of time on the internet, specifically social media. But I also feel like social media has given you all false impressions of what life looks like. Like y'all are into instant gratification, whereas our generation, we knew we had to work to get to what we want. Okay. But I do like the fact that y'all work smarter, not harder all the way. But I think that sometimes you put undue pressure on yourselves because you are trying to live up to these standards that are not real, as far as social media goes.
And I have mixed reviews about it also. I do feel like social media has enhanced y'all generation. Like Misha said, it makes y'all work smarter, not harder. But at the same time, I feel as though there's a lot of pressure from social media, and so your generation will get down on yourself and not try to work as hard. If you see so and so over here doing this, instead of trying to work hard, you get depressed about it.
Right.
I think I'm depressed, anxious, ADHD, or a mix of all three, said every person in Gen Z.
Gen Z is the first generation to grow up online, and they are feeling it.
So, yeah, I have mixed reviews about it.
So,
can I expound on that?
Yes, you can.
All right. As far as building community, I do like that part because your networking abilities are somewhat better than ours because you can do non-traditional networking, and then that makes your network just expound upon like your local sphere of influence. I do like that.
Okay, so y'all are saying that for the most part, instant gratification,
Definitely
and then the
instant
fact that people get down on themselves whenever they see other people in the position they want to be in.
Because y'all are looking at these influencers, and a lot of times that life is not real. That's a faux perception of what life is. And so if you're seeing that and you're inundated with that all the time, then you're thinking that that's reality. That's not reality.
Right.
A lot of times they're renting those vehicles for a photo shoot.
Right.
But then y'all think,
those houses.
yeah, y'all think whenever you're 20, you're supposed to be living in a mansion and driving a foreign luxury car. And that's just not how the world works, unfortunately.
Okay. But what about the people that are millionaires and that are trying to help? Like, they are far and few in between, but do y'all feel like it's a possibility for most people or a select few?
It's going to be a select few because at the end of the day, I feel like to get to a millionaire status, like you have to work hard. Just because what you see those influencers doing, you don't know what those influencers have went through. Like most people turn that into depression instead of, okay, I need to work hard.
Right.
And that's where I'm at with it.
So, Ashton, are you saying that millionaires help out?
I'm not saying all of them do, but some of them do. Some of them give tips and tricks, like how to start businesses like lawn care, cut grass, learn how to pressure wash, little stuff that they started off doing.
I have a landscaping company. What's your advice for generating more leads?
I'm assuming you're doing residential. Go from cutting Karen's grass to cutting Demco's grass, because it's always hard to find manpower in construction. So if you can focus your manpower on bigger jobs with better clients that pay commercial rates, I think that's the best thing you could possibly do.
But a lot of times they won't tell you everything, and in order to be like multi-millionaire and a billionaire, you have to hoard wealth.
Yeah.
Like they're wealth hoarders, so we're not like, sometimes they're just not good people either.
Yes, that is true, but you can only go out what you see.
Yeah.
With social media.
So, but do you feel like social media is the only way to become a millionaire?
No, it's not. It just gives people a perception of what they can live and get it like a taste of it.
Yeah, especially if you don't know anyone immediately that is a millionaire. But what does a millionaire look like to you?
It depends. It looks different to different people. But for my generation, a millionaire looks like somebody that drives multiple cars, that has a big house, and somebody that can go into any store and not have to look at the price tag.
I have a question for you then. What does a millionaire's work ethic look like to you?
Minimal, because they make the money make itself.
See, instant gratification.
But leading up to that though,
like,
that's not instant. No, they can't just sit there and be passive and become a millionaire.
You can't. But if you own, like, let's say, like a car wash, like somebody that owns.
But how do you get to the car wash? Like, how do you go? Like, how do you go from opening this up, a new business concept, to being a millionaire?
Nepotism, for the most part. That's the easiest way to describe it.
But what if you don't come from
but
money?
if you, exactly. Some people don't have money.
And you're not a product of the generational wealth. Then what does that look like to you?
That's where you gotta make cutthroat decisions, sadly. Like, you lose a lot of friends, you lose family along the way, and then those things start to add up, and then you end up being by yourself for the most part.
So basically, y'all only look at the positive side of entrepreneurship or being a multi-millionaire.
Yes, up front, yes. Like, you can do all the bad stuff by yourself, but everybody's not gonna do the research to understand the bad stuff.
But I don't feel like y'all are going to do the work either.
But I mean, that's just subject to the person and what they're trying to do.
Generally speaking, in your generation, though.
Yeah, it just depends on the person. Because you got some people that are raised by older people that have different values, and some people that are raised not at all, and then they raise themselves. So they have to figure it out.
In your generation, who is a millionaire who is not influencer?
Who's not an influencer? Well, what does influencer mean to you? Because it's different levels of influence, like from being a celebrity to being a hometown celebrity to being somebody that's just always known.
But do you know any millionaires that are in your generation?
Yeah, I know one.
That's not an influencer on social media.
Right, that just works, and then they don't post that, you know, I'm a millionaire, but they take a trip to Greece, they take a trip to Italy, and then they post pictures out of nowhere. Or they post, like, dividends from the business from a month prior.
Okay.
All right, so since we have that wrapped up, social media has clearly changed a lot of ways, a lot of values, and a lot of the different perceptions people face for millionaires and success for our generation. Now, leading into our next topic, our second question of the day: would the world be a better place without social media to y'all?
Considering the the era that I came up in, yes, absolutely. I had a great time growing up, playing outside, making mud pies, using paper boxes, sliding down hills. Like, it made me a better person.
Okay.
Yes and no. I feel like people are mean and they hide behind a keyboard. They say what they want to say. The good part of social media is you get to stay in contact with friends and family who you don't see very often. You get to research different cultures, and you know, being a person of color, that's very important. If I'm wanting to go to a country, I want to see, like, visually and get takes from other people that look like me that've been there.
We used to use encyclopedias for that.
Yeah, but it's nothing like boots on the ground. And then I've learned new skills too through social media. I've learned new recipes.
Yeah.
Like, I've elevated my quality of life in some ways with social media. But then there's that other part that's negative.
But is it more good or more harm? Like, which one you think?
If I had to pick, I'd say more harmful.
More harmful.
Yeah.
All right, before we continue, we'll take a message for our sponsor. All right, take like 10. Hey guys, I want to give a special shout out to our first sponsor today, CarQuest. From drive belts to air filters, they got you covered. Keep your car rolling longer for less. CarQuest. Welcome back, guys, and we're going to continue our topic. So, for our supporting points, social media does allow people to spread awareness about important issues, connect during emergencies, and share information quickly. And many organizations and individuals use social media platforms to expand their business and awareness of situations and or events in the city, things like that they're trying to support, that they're trying to grow their community development plan. So social media itself is not the problem. The way people choose to use it determines its impact. Do y'all feel that quote is accurate or inaccurate?
Accurate.
Accurate.
Because now you have people finding out about deaths of loved ones through social media because people have this sick obsession with being the first to post. But then also, if it's something going on in the city, you will know about it.
It's an easy way to advertise and promote that, you know, it wouldn't cost a lot of money, whereas trying to pay someone to advertise for you would.
And your reach is going to be bigger.
Right. So, do y'all feel as if social media has impacted y'all lives for the better or for the worse since y'all have been using it?
I mean, it wouldn't make or break me. I'll say that.
Mhm.
Do I enjoy it? Yes, I do. But I'm a responsible social media user, though. At least I consider myself.
So, what would be a responsible social media user?
Like, I don't use it to bully, tear down, bash. Like, I don't use it for that way. I use it to promote my business. And just like she said, educate myself on things that I may not be aware of that I'll see on social media.
Okay. How do you feel?
Read me the question again. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you feel as if social media has had a positive or negative impact on your life up until this point since you've been using it?
I would say positive because I met some really amazing people, and some of them live in different countries. So I've met some really amazing people through social media. And no matter what I have going on, they're going to always check in on me, or they might even share a post or something.
Okay.
Or they might inbox me and give me some encouraging words. So I think it's impacted me.
Okay. Now, I do have to ask.
You asked that. Let us ask you that question. Like, how do you feel about it?
I mean, I like
for
it.
your
'cause,
generation.
I mean, I haven't known anything but it, so like it
So
just feels natural. Like I've never lived without social media up until like having a phone. Like every time I've had a phone, like I've had some form of social media because that's how y'all communicate.
Yeah, we were royalty back then though, because a lot of stuff that y'all get caught up in, our parents would never know to this day.
Yeah, that is true.
And I think our socialization skills are better than y'all's because y'all will sit there and just sit there on the phone and not interact. My generation, we're like getting to it.
Communicate better.
But people see stuff online and they feel a certain way, like people with anxiety or things like that. They'll see other people have it, and instead of just being nervous every once in a while, they'll now claim that they have anxiety for things like that. So how do you feel about self-diagnosis and overanalyzing?
I think that's irresponsible, and it's actually a little disrespectful to people that do suffer from that have been clinically diagnosed. You can't go around just assigning random diagnoses to yourself.
Okay. Now, we do have the issue with people, I wouldn't say self-diagnosing all the time, but they'll have an accurate diagnosis, but then people won't take them serious. Like they go to a doctor and then they hear that it's been through Google that they found something and they get discredited. How do y'all feel about that? Like whenever somebody knows something is wrong, but they take the right steps, but then they get shunned away even by medical care from time to time.
So you're saying medical care dismissing the fact that they're self-diagnosing themselves? Is that what you're saying? I mean, to diagnose an anxiety or an issue that you might have, it's based off the DSM guide. So you can't just self-diagnose yourself based off of what your friend over here is showing you they're going through.
And not be specially trained.
Right.
What about you?
Because you can put a DSM in front of me and I don't know what to do with that because I'm not a mental health professional.
Right.
You said, how do I feel about it?
Yeah.
I feel that if one physician is not taking you serious, I tell all my patients, if a physician is not taking you serious, find someone that is, because you are your best advocate.
Nah, you are your best advocate. At what point do you feel like it's reaching for somebody to advocate for themselves? Like whenever it goes from advocating to, you know, reaching for an assumption or reaching for a decision?
I would say if your first physician is dismissive and doesn't even want to explore, refer you out, find someone else. But if the second person is telling you the same thing, we have to look within.
Okay. So are there any final remarks that y'all would like to make or just anything that y'all want to clear up from this conversation we've had?
Where do you see social media going?
Way it's going right now, it might get banned in a little while. Like it might get limited for what people can and can't do, can and can't say.
It's already being censored, especially TikTok.
Yeah, but now it's getting to a point where it's gonna be like very sensitive, like where certain words flag a post and block it from being able to get seen and things like that.
But they're already doing that, so where do you see it evolving into?
Yeah, just a big old censorship. Like we've seen I want to say WALB, they did a segment on it, and in schools people weren't using great vocabulary. Like the vernacular has gone down. Some of the slang that they were using, they started texting it, and then they started writing it on assignments and things of that nature. So now you have kids writing in slang, writing LOL.
But I think that's a parenting issue.
Now it could be, but that is what we're having to deal with. People that's entering the workforce that are using slang in the workplace, things like that aren't coming professionally dressed, or that feel that they don't want to conform to a standard because they feel like they're in a box.
So do you see that these companies will concede to that, or what?
Some of them will, because some of them have to, because they're gonna need people in the workforce. Like some of these people that work for like engineering places or they work in medicine, they're gonna have to give a little bit, because the people that want to work there are usually conceited people. Like most of the people I've met that work in some type of healthcare or some type of lab, a lot of them aren't like outgoing people anymore. Like they want people to be like away from them. They want to be by themselves and all that. Like you'll go to class and all the nursing and other healthcare majors will be by themselves, and then everybody else will be mixed in. And a couple of them will mix and mingle, but for the majority, a lot of them want to be left alone.
But that's the reason.
Like,
that's the reason for that, though.
Nah, but this is on like weekends, like whenever they're not doing labs and all that.
But you don't know what they're studying, though.
That is true.
And so you said healthcare people. So then, whenever you shot that gun, that bullet hit me. So how do you feel that I am?
Well, that's different. I was born like I was born with you, so I see you every day. But these are people that you're trying to meet and interact with and spread awareness for different topics and things like that. But they just don't want to be bothered. So like a lot of them are more conceited in themselves, and then trying to just focus on one thing rather than seeing the big picture, like having a social life, having a work-life balance. Because all they see right now is work, and then they don't realize like the world just passing them by.
But those are the people that are trying to become millionaires too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But,
so they're kind of focused.
So is it they're conceited or they're focused?
It can be both. But for the most part, it's people that are conceited, because like they can be focused. They can try to be millionaires, but sadly, I don't think we live in a place where healthcare would be beneficial to make money unless you're a doctor or something like that. Because a lot of the nurses that we see that are making money.
What if I tell you that I had a patient whose son does not have a medical degree but has a partnership with the university, well, with UAB, and is a multimillionaire?
What does he do?
He is in partnership with them, and he basically he has I can't describe it, like his equipment company. They use his equipment.
Okay. So he's like an engineer almost, or like he'd be like mechanical, working on little stuff, or like having like.
But you're saying that you can't make money in the medical field, and that's where he gets his money from.
Well, I'd say primarily being a medical physician or something of that nature, because everybody that I've seen that's graduated so far, that's been, I'd say at least 4 or 5 years tenured in the field, they haven't made as much money as they think, and then they always say like we should be paid more and more and more. But then the requirements start getting higher and higher, so it's kind of hard to go back to school whenever you're in the workforce and things like that.
Well, we live in a capitalist society, so none of us are getting paid what we're worth. And on that note,
all right, guys, and to end this show, I want to give one more special shout out to our next sponsorship, Akai Professional, with the brand new MPC Live 3. Now, I already got mine. As y'all can see, I already got into mine. Man, y'all go get yours. All right, I want to thank y'all one more time for coming and joining us today. I want to thank y'all for giving me a piece of y'all's time. Thank y'all for listening to the FYP Live show, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
bye.
Bye.